Hello guys, this is Sanam and welcome to my channel Public Word Geek. Today we're gonna see how to set up a local push notification. So I've already done a video where we are using one signal to send remote push notifications, and in this video I'm gonna show you how you can set up a local push notification from your app, and you can use those depending upon the different events happening inside your app or different activity that is happening inside your app. So for example, we have this demo project over here, and if I click on button like this, we have to wait for 3 seconds and we'll see a notification, push notification coming to the device, right? So let's get started. Alright guys, so let's open our Xcode and let's create a new project. Single view application is fine, and let's call it local notif. Local notif is fine, and click next. On desktop, fine. We can start with desktop. Alright guys, so we have our project opened up on Xcode. So let's get started. Let's head over to view controller, or rather let's go to main.storyboard and let's set up a button which we will be using to call the push notification on our device. So it's called button, and let's just put it right over here. Let's do horizontally and vertically in container, and let's call this button call local notification. Right, so this is the button that we are going to press, and then the push notification from the device will be created and it will be shown on our device, right? I'm just going to set up color for this button, the background color. So let's do a custom color. Where did this go? Oh, it's right over here. So I'm just gonna set probably red one, purple, or orange. Orange is okay. And for the title color, I'm gonna do white. And let's make it big so that we can see. And let's also run it on the device to see this button. So you can see the button, and let's head over to view controller. So pressing alt or option key, click on view controller and we'll have the assistant editor. And inside the assistant editor, we are just gonna say we don't need the outlets, we do need the button action. So I'm gonna comment it as action, and pressing control, I'm gonna drag this right over here, and oh, it's already action. That's good. So I'm gonna say notice button pressed, and we have the action. So let's say print hello, and let's run it. So we can check that the button is working. And so we can see that the hello is getting printed right over here now. So Apple does have an option of hitting a push notification locally from the device, and the cases where you're gonna see this is probably in food ordering app. When you order the food, you get a push notification saying that order has been placed. Right, you don't need to send a push notification from a server. Then you can get the confirmation on the device that the payment has been done. So you can send a local push notification. Plus, you can have local push notification from particular events, like let's say every evening at 6 o'clock, you want to send a push notification to the user saying that it's time for uh, whatever the purpose is for your app is that, let's say you have an app which is to remind people to drink water, right? In that case, you don't want to send a push notification every day, uh, and then on different time zone from a remote server, right? So you can set up a push notification on a local push notification on in your app, that when the device time is, let's say, 6 p.m., it should send the push notification to the user, right? So that's where this push notification is gonna come in, and let's get started for this as well. So at top, let me just go back and open the view controller. Right. So now over here we are gonna import framework called user notifications. So this is a framework provided by Apple, and in order to use this, we need a couple of entitlements. So let's head over to the project right over here, and then click on capabilities. And inside capabilities, we need to go to background mode, turn it on, and we will enable remote notification as well as background fetch. So these are the two capabilities that are required in the device. In fact, background fetch is not required, since uh, we are not using any data in the background, right? So we don't need this. But there is another one that we need, which is push notification right over here. So let's enable this, and it's gonna ask me to enter the development team account. So let me quickly do that. Alright guys, so I've added my developer account, and yes, you do need your developer account for push notification because you need the certificate, and Xcode handles those certification automatically, but we still need the developer account. So as you can see, both the check marks are there. So push notification is active for for the project, and background mode remote notification is also active. So let's just run the project one more time, and we can see that local notif.entitlement file is there. So that means entitlements have been set. Nothing is going to happen right now if we press, except for printing out the hello text as we set up before. So let's go to viewcontroller.swift file and dive into some code, and let's get started for this. Alright, so I'm going to create a function right over here, and let's call it schedule notification, and this is the function that we are going to call to set up the notification, and let's call it local notification, which is going to be equal to un mutable notification content with an empty constructor. So now we can use something like local notification dot, and you can see we have multiple options like title. So I'm gonna set title equal to uh, let's say uh, drink drink water, or not drink. Let's call it what should we call it? Let title be water time, and then again local notification dot subtitle, and let's call it thirsty, and local notification dot body. We can also set sound and badge, so all those things can be customized with this object. So I'm gonna say body is equal to time to drink a glass of water, and these are the basic parameters that we need for the notifications to work. And even if I run the project right now, it won't work, as we still need to do some more setup. So let's do that. So now we're going to create a trigger. So let's call it a notification trigger. So this trigger is what where we will define that after how many minutes we want this notification to happen or to appear, right? So whenever this function is called, so let's say you can call this function at maybe 5:55 or 6 o'clock. You can call this function, and this trigger you can set a time that after the function has been called, maybe 3 seconds after that or 5 seconds after that, the notification should appear, right? So you and time interval notification trigger, and it's gonna ask for time interval, uh, which is gonna be in seconds, and repeat is what we want to set if we want to repeat this trigger again and again, right? So let's say 3 seconds for now. Probably 3 seconds is fine for now, and later I'm going to show you how we can further customize this notification, right? So repeat false. I don't want to repeat it right now. Trigger is set. Next one is the request. So let request is equal to un notification request, and request is gonna ask for a few things, which is first one is uh, the ID. So I'm just gonna set up ID right over here. Let notif ID is equal to. It's always better not to put a raw string so that you don't create a problem later on, right? So I'm just gonna call my notif, and let's call this over here notif ID. Next is the content. What type of content or what is the actual content that you want to put, and this is the content that you want to put. So I'm just going to say local notification, and the trigger is the notification trigger. So we have the content, we have the trigger, and we have the request as well. And why is it creating a problem? We'll just go and check that. Seems like it should have gone. It's just built and it's gone. Right. So we have the request, we have the trigger, and we have the content as well. All we need now is to actually create the push notification. So in order to create the push notification, we are going to call the function un user notification center dot current. So dot current dot add. So we're going to add the push notification, and the request is going to be the request and completion handler. So error, and we can say if let error is equal to error, then print creating notification failed, and we are going to print the error as well, and we will return at that time. And let's say if there is no error, then yeah, then the notification will be shown, right? And let's call this schedule notification right over here, and that should be enough to hook up the notification, but it won't show up right now. Let's try to run the app and let's see. So I'm gonna call local notification, and let's wait for 3 seconds. By now it should have been displayed, but it's not. That's because we need to do a small modification in the app delegate. So let's go to app delegate, and let's set up here as well. So we are gonna import the same framework, which is import user notification, and right over here we are gonna create a delegate so that the notification, uh, our app could use the notification. It could get the control of the uh, user notification framework, right? So in order to do that, un user notification center dot current dot delegate is equal to self, and then right over here you can either you can add the protocol or the delegate function right over here, or you can create as an extension. I'm going to use the extension over here. So extension app delegate, and the one that we need is UN user notification center delegate. So inside this, there is just one function that we need to call, or we need to handle, which is will present. And if we just run it right now, I'm not sure if it's gonna work, because we do need to give a completion handler over here. So one second. So it's asking for a completion handler. Let's do that as well. Completion handler dot. So we want this to appear as an alert at the top, and this should work now. So let's say call notification, and it did not work because we missed a very important thing. Whenever we want to set up a push notification, we need to take permission um, from the user, right? So we haven't mentioned or we haven't asked for the permission yet. So the devices or our app is not able to show the push notification. So let's do that as well. Let's create a function over here, and let's call it from request uh, permission. And before I forget to ask, I'll just put right over here, so that as soon as our app is open, we ask for the permission from the user, right? And the permission, we will say UN user notification center dot current. So current is the current app or the current user of the app dot request authorization. This is the one that we need. And let's go over here first, and let's say success and error. And over here we can say if error, if let error is equal to error, print unable to get the permission, and we will return. And right over here we can do whatever we want if we have already got the permission, and we can print the error as well. And for the options, so the options is what we so for the permissions we need to ask like what all um, for what all options we are asking for, the permission that we're asking for. Let's say for sound, for badges, for alert, right? So these are the type of options that we will define. So either you can do something. So let me just show you how we can do it. Let's say let options is equal to its UN authorization option, right? So we can do UN authorization options, and we can do a constructor, the first one, and it's asking for array literal. So we'll do dot alert. We need dot badge, and then you can see there are a lot of like card play, critical alert. We can also go with sound, and then we can pass on this options right over here. And let's try to run this. So this should solve the problem of permissions. And as you can see, we got the permission alert box, and we should, if we allow, there we go. Last time it wasn't there, so I'm just gonna click here again, and 1 2 3, and we got the notification. We can do some more customizations over here if you want. Like in the function, we can define something like we can say probably title of type string, and then subtitle of type string. We can also do body of type string, and then what else we can do? We can do time interval. I think we can do time interval. So let's say in seconds, give it in. Actually, it should not be in. So in seconds we can do time interval, and then what else we can customize? We can set the repeat as well. So this will become more customizable notification, which is gonna take a boot. And control S. Let's go here. So I'm gonna say schedule notification. So title. Uh, let's just cut copy paste from here. First back here. Time to bring cut and paste. And I'm gonna say two. And I'm gonna say false. Uh, so right over here we'll say title, and then subtitle, and here we'll call body. Here we say repeat, and in seconds. So we're just customizing this notification further, and okay, we cannot. So we'll say select repeater, and right over here. So just need to mention over here repeater. So if we try to run this now, it's gonna work in the same way. It's gonna show everything the same, but now we have customized this notification completely. So what we can do is we can go to main.storyboard, and let me just add another button, and I'm gonna do probably horizontally in container, vertically 50, right over there. That's fine. And then alt option and create another action, and you can see how customizable this button has become. New button. Uh, how customized this notification has become. So all we need to do now is we can do something like this. Yeah. So we can call this button schedule notification, and this time I'm gonna say uh, dinner time, and then subtitle tasty food and time to eat dinner in 2 seconds, and I don't want to repeat this. Right. So you can see how customizable this has become. So we can just call this function wherever we want, and then we can, if I do this in just 2 seconds, you can see dinner time, tasty food, time to eat dinner, and if I call this one, we'll get the other one as well. All right. We can also do one more thing, which is we can set up a completion handler. The only point of this completion handler is if at any point of time you feel that you want to create another action after this notification has been displayed, then we can use this completion handler. Right? It's not a necessary thing. It's not something that we definitely need it. Just an option. If you want, you can set up a completion handler as well. Right? That right over here, you can say that if the completion if there was an error, you can say completion false, and right over here you can do completion true, and then if the completion is true, then you can pass something else, or you can do some other action as well. So if the notification has shown up, you can probably play a music or some sort of animation on the app. Something like that can always happen, right? Uh, or pass data to the app as well. You can do that as well. So you can pass some data back to the app that the user has done some action with the notification. Right, so that's it, guys. That's it for this tutorial today. It was a short one. Uh, do let me know if you face any problem with this tutorial. I'm gonna put the link of the GitHub where you can download and run the project. And also, Please like the channel, like the video, and subscribe to my channel. And do let me know in the comment section if you need some other video tutorials for any other topic, and I'll surely try to put those as well in my video list. Alright, guys, bye bye. I'll see you in the next one.